Well, I had this idea of becoming a film archivist. I studied film in college, and I worked in the film industry after college, and I thought working in an archive related to film would be really fascinating. But then I went to library school, and I fell in love with the idea of different kinds of librarianship, and especially public librarianship. And so I was fortunate to get an internship at the New York Public Library and then a job soon thereafter. I think just meeting really interesting people who come in to use the library, whether or not they, are just have an interesting topic that they're researching, or perhaps an author who I've always admired comes in, and just working with materials that very few people get to see, and I am have the privilege of working in a place with great collections, so I get to work with it every day. The menu collection began in 1900. A woman started collecting menus for the library, and by the time she left in the 20s, she had amassed a pretty large collection. And it got some press and notoriety, and ever since then, people have either been donating their libraries, their own personal collections of menus, and the library has always collected for the collection as well. So it's a kind of an unusual collection. Well, I think that the role of the librarian is changing, but I think it's now more about helping people find relevant sources online, and not everything is on Google or Wikipedia, and really trying to help researchers find the most relevant, useful information, reputable information as well. And I think libraries as places, it's an interesting way of thinking about, or not thinking about just as a repository of books, but as a place for communities to convene around shared interests and knowledge and just educational opportunities as well. Well, my visit to Spain is pretty much over at this point, but it's been fascinating learning about the library system in Spain. I have to admit I didn't know much about other countries' library systems, and Spain seems to have one of the most vibrant in Europe. And so it was really fascinating to hear from librarians in Barcelona and Madrid about that. And then also I met other librarians from Northern Europe in Barcelona. So hearing about the systems in Denmark and Sweden and Finland was really eye-opening as well. Oh, God. My favorite book? I have a few favorite books. Yikes. James Baldwin, Another Country, is one of my favorite books. And I really like the writings of Mary McCarthy as well.